space up.
Hey, I'm Bob. I've been totally blind since birth, and I'm into Star Wars, and we're taking a look at an action figure from the Rogue One line today. So, I'm going to bring forth director Orson Krennic here. And Orson, why, he's the director of the Imperial Murder Department. Ooh, I mean, the Imperial Military Department of Advanced Weapons Research. How silly of me, I flubbed that there. So, the director and his department, why, they were some of the fine folks responsible for unleashing that big, fun Death Star on the galaxy. I'm sure you guys remember that thing. It unleashed puppies and kittens and all kinds of other things, mostly death. So he is armed with his DT-29 heavy blaster pistol in his right hand. At least I think that is the DT-29 that we saw him wielding in the film. Looks kind of skinny. I always thought that thing would be, I don't know, heavier. But I guess this is the one that he'd customized with a scope. I'm not sure, though. It's very, very tiny, so I'm not seeing a scope. I mean, I'm not seeing much of anything. But, I mean, I should say, I'm not feeling a scope on there. So, let's see here. We'll turn him around to the back so you can see his fancy schmancy cape that he's got on. Orson is full of himself. I think he's one of the only Imperial officers or higher-ups, I should say, because he's very much a higher-up. One of the only Imperials to wear a cape. I love the cape. He looks awesome in the cape, though. And Orson was played by the amazing Ben Mendelsohn in Rogue One. I think he's one of my favorite characters in the film. I like how Krennic was often prone to these little outbursts. I'm surprised Tarkin didn't gun him down when Krennic barked at him. Pretty much barked at him. So I'm going to take the cape off. I don't know if we ever saw Krennic without the cape, but you can remove it. It's made out of a very pliable, rubbery material here. So we'll turn him around so you can see Orson without his cape. The outfit reminds me of Admiral Yularen's. I do own an Admiral Yularen from the Clone Wars. We'll be taking a look at him at some point. So I decided to place another blaster pistol in Krennic's left hand here. So this blaster comes from the Power of the Force 2 line. We saw action figures like Grand Admiral Thrawn, Governor Tarkin, and Captain Piet or Admiral Piet. They came with this weapon. And this little weapon reminds me somewhat of Krennic's DT-29. It doesn't look as tricked out as the DT-29, but couldn't help thinking of the other blasters. So I tried to do a bit of a comparison there. So there is Krennic's. And let me turn him around once more. And here is the, I'm guessing, non-cannon weapon. I don't know if we've ever seen that little service pistol there in any of the films in his left hand. Now that is a heavy blaster pistol. It looks quite a bit fatter than the other weapon there. And if you want, you can holster this weapon. Krennic has a little holster there on his right hip. Let me see if I can slide it in there. Don't know if he wants to. Went in there the other day. You know what? We'll just not worry about it. I'm going to set this aside here. Disarm him for a few seconds. And this version of Orson, he's only got 5 points of articulation. And I'm okay with that. I know what some of you are thinking. You're probably thinking, you really mean that? And well, I don't mind 5 points of articulation. They're all right. I couldn't find a Krennic in the vintage collection at all, so I'm fine with this one. He was very hard to find, period, when he came out. He was a very popular action figure, so I'm cool with this one. He can't twist him at the waist. Maybe one of these days I'll find a fully posable Krennic, but I don't mind this one. He's got really nice, tight joints, too, so I'm fine with that. Sorry about the little frozen peas reference. I mean, you can't say the name Orson and not want to quote those hilarious outtakes. Just kind of slips out every once in a while, you know? So, anywho, that'll do for this Star Wars figure review. He's one of my all-time favorite Imperials, played by one heck of an actor. I love Ben Mendelsohn. And I will hear you guys in the next Star Wars figure review. May the Force be with you. Where's the stop button?